So yeah, Grasping at Tomorrow, the very first song that we wrote together, and it was when it was just me and Colin actually, way back in September and October 2018, something like that. And we were wondering if we'd ever get anybody on board with that kind of thing, obviously because it's not a standard concept. Thankfully we have found other people who shared our interest and shared our vision for it, and enjoyed playing that kind of music.
The first song from the telly was a song called Grasping at Tomorrow. And that's where it began. That was the first piece of music that I gave to Shane in the collaboration that became the telly. It was the very first piece, and that was all. That was all of it. I didn't know what else to do after that, and Shane took it and made it his own.
We got Linda on board, and she wanted to take on the lyrical concept and be involved in making music of this nature. It's like, okay, well we know that we have something, and we know that we have a team as well. So Grasping at Tomorrow is actually a phrase that I took from a documentary series that I watched. It's called The West. It's a very well celebrated US-based documentary series produced by Ken Burns, shown on PBS I think in 1996, something like that. And it talks about the frontiersmen of America in the 19th century. And it's a whole history about how they kind of moved west and moved over the Rockies and into California and so on. But the thing that struck me, and this is where the phrase comes from, is about how they did it with little regard for what was going to happen tomorrow. So it was like, look, we're just going and we're taking and we're taking and we're taking, and not really thinking about the consequences of their actions. And it kind of struck me because we live in a world that is highly mechanised now, and technology is advancing really quickly. And I guess the idea of grasping at tomorrow and not really thinking about the effects of what we do is still relevant today.
Linda, when she joined the band, I kind of liked the idea of having like some atmospheric music to create an atmosphere. It's not just like a song for the sake of a song, but a song to create a feeling, to evoke an emotion. And the idea behind the grasping was to create a bit of tension, to create a little bit of unease. And I think in a lot of ways we managed that in grasping.
So as I was saying, when Linda first came on board, we already had this epic piece that sort of meanders and tells a story in its own right. And then we had this lyrical concept who said, there you go, that's what we want to talk about. So she really took hold of that and added some bits of her own, expanded the concept a little bit to take on board some more general ideas. So we were really happy that we felt we had a great team and a great work ethic there to be able to put something like that together. Just one final little tidbit about Grasping at Tomorrow. It's been out in the world now for 6 or 7 months, and something that keeps coming back from various different corners of the world, independent of each other. People are saying, oh, that sounds like that should be a theme to a James Bond film. So we kind of chuckle to ourselves at that, and we take that, following in the footsteps of some of the great artists who've done that. So yeah, if anybody's ever making a spy movie, a James Bond movie in particular, and they need a theme song or a title for the film, then it's here, we have it already.